Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are discussing a lovely and summery Hublot Big Bang. This is the classical Big Bang, albeit with some tonal changes. This is the model as it was launched at Baselworld 2005, the core Big Bang that officially relaunched Hublot as a very different kind of brand than what it had been before. So this was, of course, the brainchild of Jean-Claude Biver, who wanted a big, bold, somewhat brash sports watch for the 2000s, and it was very much in the spirit of the period. While there have been other Big Bang models since, this is really the core of the brand, and it remains compelling. It is very summery, though. White on white on white is not to all tastes, but I actually prefer it to the black on black on black. In a combination of ceramic, resin, and steel, this watch is 44 millimeters in diameter by 14.9 millimeters thick by 55.8 millimeters from lug to lug. But you can see how the lugs sort of slide down. They've got a little angular slant to them on each side. So though a watch this broad normally wouldn't wear normally on a regular sized wrist, you can see I'm wearing it no problem. I think down to 15 centimeters circumference, your wrist could wear this. Any smaller, and there are smaller Big Bangs out there, but I think this is fine for a wrist down to 15 centimeters. It looks good on a bigger wrist as well. It's not as thick as I expected it to be. I definitely didn't expect it to slide in under 15 millimeters, so that took me aback a little bit. The strap is a beautiful sort of pyramid patterned white vulcanized rubber. It's very thin though and incredibly supple. It's a really comfortable strap, and you can see just how much it thins out as it moves away from the case. You can appreciate this is a brand new Hublot factory strap, no crimping, no gouging. You get the Hublot factory buckle, twin trigger actuation. You press the triggers, it pops open. Notice there are no minder loops on the strap. If you want to know what I mean by that, I mean these. Because of the way the clasp is designed, you can see it has an Hublot H inside. You just tuck the strap in, you buckle it down, you fix it in place, and then the extra length hides underneath the strap and the clasp. With twin triggers, it's a sports watch clasp. It can't pop open by accident. It has a combination of satin and polish for a handsome contrast. And then we have these little H-shaped Hublot bolts in there. You'll find them also at the junction with the lugs where the strap is held in by screws and bars, a very secure junction system. You'll also find these bolts, again, H-shaped inside the bezel. The case flank is a little bit like a tonneau. I would say more than anything else, it's a tonneau case. And I would be remiss to overlook the influence of the Royal Oak Offshore on the design of the Hublot Big Bang. If I had to explain exactly where this design came from, I would say Jean-Claude Biver took a lot of the existing Hublot and prior MDM Genève case designs, increased the size, and added some of the structural emphasis that you get on something like a Royal Oak Offshore, where components like the case and the bezel gasket and the bezel themselves appear to be different layers of the assembly. And that's exactly what we have right here. So it does owe a debt of gratitude to Audemars Piguet, but also to the Carlo Croco era Hublot watches. A combination of satin and polish, it is an attractive case, and it's a sandwich design. You can see it's fixed in place by bolts that join it together on each side. And then we have this composite polymer insert on the flank, so it's a type of plastic. We have the same capping the chronograph pushers. This is actually a cap of rubber, and then we have the same outboard on the crown, but the case flank is plastic. The bezel is actually white ceramic on top of a white plastic base. So we have this little bezel gasket, then we have white ceramic, and you can see there's a pyramid pattern on the flank of the ceramic bezel that matches the straps. There's a lot of design continuity here, and though it is very difficult to see, there is a vertical brushed satin finish on the top of the bezel. The bezel is ceramic, and because of the way your watch tends to knock into things as you walk around, the bezel is designed to take the brunt of those blows and protect the rest of the case. Now the dial is white, matte white, just like the Cliffs of Dover, just like chalk. It's not silver, it is white. We have silver chapter rings for chronograph minutes and chronograph hours, and then a crosshair style constant seconds. We have lovely satinated applique indices as well as numerals, polished hands in the center. And we turn out the light, and you can see that the hands including constant seconds, are illumined, but the remainder of the dial goes dark. The timepiece is 100 meters water resistant, so yes, you can swim with it. We have a few subsidiary setting features here. We have stop seconds, or hacking, so you can stop the seconds, and we have a quick set for the date. Turn it all around, and you can see it is based on a Valjoux 7750, and it is a real ETA Valjoux 7750. You can see it says 7750 on the base plate. Now, we have a top grade movement, and you know this because it's not advertised as a chronometer, but when you activate hacking seconds here, I'll do that right now, helps to have nails to do this on a watch. When you activate hacking seconds, you can see that the balance has spokes that are splayed out like an hourglass. When you have straight spokes, you are looking at a base or élaboré movement. Here, you're looking at top or chronometer because of that splayed spoke. Top is basically a movement that has chronometer qualities but has not been adjusted to chronometer spec or passed through the COSC. It is a high spec and it is an excellent movement. It's a unidirectional winder. It's got a 42-hour power reserve. Beats away at 4 Hertz, pivots on 27 joules. It has a cam system for operating the chronograph. And you can just see the cam and the levers poking out right underneath the winding bridge. The cam system is well adjusted and crisp. Some cam systems feel a little bit duff and indistinct. A good one, especially on a high-grade 7750, you'll really feel and hear the snap as you operate the chronograph. Another feature that I like on 7750s is that they use an oscillating pinion with a lateral clutch. So a standard lateral clutch tends to create a lot of jump when you start the chronograph. With an oscillating pinion, if you press and hold the start, there's almost no jump to the start of the chronograph. It's almost as seamless as a vertical clutch. This is a superb refinement, characteristic of the 7750, that is rarely advertised when people speak of the 7750, but it's there. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.